What's up, fellow entrepreneurs? It's John Fagerholm again. Today, I want to talk about the ever-increasing divide in California between how legacy businesses and new businesses are treated. But first, I'm an attorney, but I'm not your attorney, so please seek out competent legal representation for your specific needs. All right, let's talk about it. 2026 is officially the year of the California pivot. If you look at the headlines, it's a paradox. On one hand, iconic refineries and massive breweries that have been here for 50 years are turning off the lights. On the other hand, we're seeing billion-dollar space beach expansions and a high-speed rail project finally moving into its most critical phase. But there is one date every CFO in this state is circling in red: August 10th, 2026. If your company hits the billion-dollar revenue mark, the Wild West of carbon reporting is over. Today, we're looking at the massive industrial closures hitting the north, the tech boom in the south, and the retail pullback changing our local streets. Let's start with the heavy hitters. In Northern California, the industrial landscape is shifting beneath our feet. After decades as the city of Benicia's largest employer, the Valero refinery is scheduled to idle its processing units this April 2026. While they'll still import fuel to keep the pumps running, the loss of 240 high-paying jobs and nearly 20% of the city's tax revenue is a massive blow. The state is stepping in with a $3 million retraining investment, but for local small businesses in Benicia, the Valero ripple effect is real. Just a few miles away, the neon red Budweiser sign that greeted I-80 drivers for 50 years is gone. The Fairfield Anheuser-Busch plant officially shut down in February 2026, affecting more than 200 employees. Why is this happening? It's a mix of aging infrastructure, national restructuring, and let's be honest, the high cost of California's regulatory environment. If your business supports these industrial giants, it's time to diversify your client base. For newer industries, it's not all closures. In Southern California, we are seeing a defense tech gold rush, and Dural Industries, the defense tech giant co-founded by Palmer Luckey, just announced a massive $1 billion campus expansion spanning Long Beach and Lakewood. 1.1 million square feet across 6 buildings. This isn't just warehouse work. We're talking 5,500 direct jobs for software developers, engineers, and flight test teams. This reinforces Space Beach as the global hub for the aerospace industry. For local business owners in Long Beach, this is a massive influx of high-income earners and a huge win for the local service and real estate economy. You've probably noticed more empty storefronts in your local strip malls. Through 2026, we're seeing a targeted pullback from major chains. Walgreens is continuing its 3-year plan to close roughly 1,200 underperforming stores nationwide, with a heavy focus on California locations with expiring leases. Wendy's is eyeing the closure of up to 300 locations globally, and Saks Off Fifth has already identified several California spots for shuttering, including Camarillo and Petaluma. For commercial landlords and neighboring small businesses, this retail desert effect is a challenge. But it's also an opportunity for local experiential businesses to move into these spaces at a potentially lower cost as national chains move toward 100% e-commerce. Now, for the most critical legal update, climate disclosure, the California Air Resources Board, CARB, has confirmed the deadline is August 10th, 2026. If your business or your parent company does business in California and has over $1 billion in annual revenue, you must report your Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions. This means you have to track every ounce of direct carbon your company produces. And by 2027, you'll have to report emissions from your entire supply chain. Who cares? This just affects the billion-dollar companies, right? Even if you don't make $1 billion, if you sell to a company that does, they are going to start asking you for your carbon data so they can meet their 2027 deadlines. Finally, let's look at the project that gets the most scrutiny both in and out of California. The High-Speed Rail 2026 business plan has just been released. The state says it's managed to right-size the project, cutting $1.7 billion in projected costs by focusing on the initial Merced to Bakersfield segment. It looks like infrastructure work in the Central Valley is at an all-time high. 171 miles are currently under design or construction. If you are in construction, engineering, or logistics, The Central Valley is where the state's checkbook is currently open. So what will your business look like in 2026 now that it looks like California is moving from the old economy of oil and beer to the new economy of defense tech and high-speed transit? Until next time, be productive.